What is going on YouTube? I have two different articles today that I want to talk about and kind of go over. Just some stuff that I thought was interesting within the anime news world. So we're two different articles from two different sites today. They'll both be linked down in the description if you feel that you want to read either of them or both of them. If either of them sort of tickle your fancy on kind of the stuff you like. So the first one is about the comedy manga Cells at Work getting a live action film to be distributed by Warner Brothers. Now, I read pretty much all of both Cells at Work and also... Actually, no. I watched all of the Cells at Work anime, which I thought was great. And then I read Cells at Work Code Black. Now, if you don't know what Cells at Work Code Black is, if you don't know what either of these Cells at Work are, it's basically designed... The concept behind Cells at Work was to educate people on basically what the functions of the human body are by sort of humanizing the different parts of the body. There's white blood cells and red blood cells, and the red blood cells are basically like the UPS and like mail couriers of the human body. They deliver like nutrients and all that shit. So the whole show explains everything. Even the anime, like the manga and the anime, both do a very good job of describing what the different functions of the human body are and what everything does or what everything should do within the human body. So Cells at Work is sort of like... It's family friendly. They don't really talk about too many graphic things. Like they talk about like the common cold and all that stuff, and like how the body responds to those viruses. And then Code Black kind of goes over more like what goes on inside the human body if you smoke, or if you drink alcohol, or too many energy drinks, or just too many caffeinated beverages in general, and like what all of that does to your body over however many years that you drink alcohol or smoke cigarettes or whatever. So Cells at Work Code Black kind of... While Cells at Work focuses on what it's like to be inside of a generally averagely healthy body, Cells at Work Code Black kind of focuses more on the unhealthy side of the human body and what our eating habits and drinking habits and stuff can do to the human body if we're not careful. So the fact that they're going to be planning on doing a live action film for this, I think it's going to be great. The whole concept of Cells at Work is great. It's entertaining, but it's also like a little bit educational because it's meant to teach... I think it was designed originally to teach like medical students stuff on like an easy sort of introductory level if you don't know much about the human body to begin with. So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of fun, as the title of the article says, comedy manga Cells at Work. So there is comedy in it, but it was designed and created, I think, for the purpose of being, secretly educational. Again, it doesn't cover every single thing that the human body encounters, but it does enough so that you get like a very basic understanding of what the human body does and is capable of doing. It just kind of makes you think like, it kind of makes you want to take better care of yourself. It's kind of like watching Hoarders in a way, where it's like watching Hoarders kind of just makes you want to, you know, clean out your entire house and just throw everything away and start over. Cells at Work kind of makes you take a look at your daily habits, and it kind of makes you want to change them a little bit. At least it did for me. I don't know about everyone else, but so that full article will be down in the description. I know I didn't really talk about it too much, but that will be linked down in the description. And the second article I have, is sort of along the same lines, kind of related, but also kind of not related. A Fast and Furious actor will be directing. I think you can kind of, if you know the anime world, Fast and the Furious should already be a fairly dead giveaway for what the article is about. So Fast and Furious actor will be directing a new Initial D movie based on the original manga. This if you don't know, if you haven't seen Initial D, first of all, you must not like cars. I don't want to say why, but if you've never seen Initial D, you're probably not all that into like cars or the automotive scene. But for those of you that have, it's an amazing show. It kind of, focuses on this one young kid who works for his dad's tofu shop, and he basically just gets really super good at drifting with a piece of shit Toyota Corolla AE86, which turns out to be now like one of the most famous vehicles probably in anything automotive related in terms of like movies or shows or whatever. It's like right up there with like the Supra from Fast and Furious, and no better person to direct this sort of movie than Tokyo Drift star Sung Kang. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. I am so sorry if I mispronounced it. But he is directing and developing this new Initial D film based on the original manga. Supposedly it's going to be faithful to the original manga, but I didn't read the original manga. I only saw the show and like a movie, but supposedly they're gonna try to make it as close to the original anime as they can, which is gonna be amazing. There's just it's for anyone who loves cars, and also just anyone who loves cars in general. Like I feel like you don't even really have to be into anime in general to really appreciate this. And this will kind of go both ways. For the people who like anime, they're probably going to want to watch the live action film. And for people who are really into cars, they're probably going to want to watch the film. Because, and then, there's going to be a little bit of overlap. I can already see like the Venn diagrams of like car guys and anime people just kind of already like crossing over. I don't know how big of a crossover there already is, but I think this is going to widen that crossover. And it's going to be amazing because that this team is, they're going to do the best that they can. So the article says the Korean-American actor has teased that the movie will be a faithful adaptation to the original manga. Kang is best known to Fast and Furious fans as Han, which he was in Tokyo Drift. So there's really no better person to bring this to life. A movie or an anime about drifting being produced by a man who was in probably one of the most famous and well-known films about drifting. There's no better person or group of people to bring this to life. The article doesn't mention any possible cast as of right now, but the publishing company Kodansha USA will release an omnibus collect edition of the Initial D manga with a translation and lettering in spring of 2024. So that would be cool. But I mean, you have this like group of people that are really passionate about this one thing. And again, Mr. Kang was in Fast and Furious. I don't know. I'm excited. This is probably one of the only live action films that, or one of the only live action films based off of an anime that I will probably actually be looking forward to seeing when it eventually comes out, because I really did enjoy watching Initial D, so that should be fairly interesting. So I will have both of these articles linked down in the description below if you want to go read the full articles, because I didn't really cover both articles enough. So if you want to read the whole things, go check them out in the description below, and I will see you guys in the next video. And until then, peace.